We are on air.
We're on air, and people watching won't realise, but so far it's been a technological shit show. Everything's gone wrong.
Which people are used to, right?
So, yeah, welcome to the shambles that is the lockdown lock-in.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Hello, people. Send us messages into the chat, so we know we're not talking to ourselves. We should be live. I'm going to wait until people get here because at the moment we're not. There's nobody in here. So at the I'm going to wait until people get here. Oh,
Jen's here. Jen's always the first.
The thing says nobody's here, but Jen's here and she said hello. So we are talking to people. Anyway, right. So I'm going to have to pull one of these off so I can hear myself so I'm not shouting. There we go. Perfect. So if you're just joining us, I'd like to say it's much more professional than this normally, but it's not. It's always this kind of shit show. So let me just turn that. No, that way. Right. So, right.
Let's just go with it.
There was no intro today. My headphones are broken. I don't think Micky can hear Baz when Micky comes on as a guest.
It's a sign language.
Micky's internet connection's quite bad as well. So, good man. Thanks, Rob. Good to see you. Right. So, hello, everybody. It's Wednesday night. It's 9:00. It's time for Lock-In, Lockdown. Now, Lockdown, Lock-In. I don't even know the name of my own podcast. It's going so well so far.
Sorry, everybody.
So slick. I'll tell you what. ITV are going to be on the phone tomorrow morning.
I've got them on text already.
Mate, this is happening. Welcome to Lockdown Lock-In. This is our 6th episode. The premise is that me and Baz aren't allowed in real pubs. So we'll come here and we'll do it here in a virtual pub. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, who've we got in here? We've got Jen, we've got Rob, we've got Jimmy, and we've got Kathy. Hello, everyone. Even though our viewer counter says nobody's watching, which worried me.
It's going well.
So yeah, the viewer counter's not working. My headphones didn't work, so I've had to wear these ones.
Mickey can't hear me.
It's a bit sketchy. Micky can't hear you. But apart from that, everything's going to plan, everyone. What could possibly go wrong? Right. So yeah, this is Lockdown Lock-In. Like I say, the premise is that Baz and I are in our own virtual pub called the Brace of Reedlings, which roughly translates as a pair of bearded tits. Which will become apparent later. Although a bit of an extra dynamic this week is that you lot are allowed in real pubs.
Oh, God, yeah. Who's in a real pub?
I've seen people in real pubs. We're not allowed in because I'm in Ireland. But anyway, right. Rob's blaming my afternoon pints for everything that's going wrong. I had 2 pints, mate. Although it was sunny. Right then, so tonight we've got something a little bit special and a little bit different to what we normally do. Obviously, we usually get a guest on and we have a chat to them whilst we all have a drink and a chat like we're in the pub. But tonight we've got something very special. We've got Micky who's going to come along, and she's going to come and do a face paint stroke body paint start to finish. Well, I say start to finish.
It's already started.
I can see her in a little screen. And she doesn't normally look like that. But the beautiful thing is that we're going to watch this as it evolves. And we're going to chat to her. So we're going to interview her while she's doing the face paint. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her on. And I'm going to say hello to... Oh.
Hang on. I think she's
gone now.
She's going to try it on a phone. Hang on a minute. We'll keep going.
Right. Well, let's just pretend it's week 1. Baz, the first question I always ask anyway is, what are you drinking?
That's a really good question, Mike. So this evening, because I've run out of my usual rum, I got for my birthday this lethal stuff, which is which is Dead Man's Finger cherry rum. And
cherry rum.
So we've just discovered that it doesn't have a neck on it. And it's effectively pouring from a glass to a glass. And Mike said to me, "Well, why are you decanting it?" And said, "Well, this is just pure rum. And if you want anything out of me after 9:10, then we're going to have to water it down a little bit."
Well, since you got cherry rum, I think look, there you go. I'm going to change me. Look at that. Change me back.
Oh my God!
Does that look better?
Yeah,
Does that look better? I've got new ones.
Oh God!
I've got up the way, and I've got them over there as well. They're all over the place now. I think blue looks better as a contrast to the shirt. And first thing I need to do before we get started tonight, the first thing I need to do is thank Baz for coming, because it's Mrs. Baz's birthday today, and he's snubbed her. Yeah. And he's snubbed her to come here at 9 o'clock and be with you guys. So,
in fairness, I
hope you appreciate it.
She was looking forward to a 8:30 bed, so she's all right.
Day drinking an early night.
That's what it is.
Mike, what are you drinking? I can see Micky. I'll wait until Micky's sorted. She's sorting. We got technical issues all over the place, so it's just gives us more time to chat and talk beer.
What are you drinking, Mike?
Mate, I'm on Aldi's Finest again.
Oh.
So that's definitely not trying to be Stella.
Stella Actor Twat is what it used to be called, wasn't it?
Hey, I tell you what, it's brilliant stuff. It's really, really good.
I'm going to ask the people at home what they're drinking.
Mrs. Baz.
What are you drinking at home?
That's a great question.
I've learned a lot since doing this. How to pad.
I don't fancy a Bud Jen. I copied Jen into something earlier, which was it was a spoof news story because she was saying on the live this afternoon that she really likes Budweiser, and I tagged her in a spoof news story that I saw on TikTok today, which was that a man was locked in the Budweiser factory and had to empty a can of Budweiser to urinate in and drink his own urine to survive.
Well, thank God you didn't copy me into that. How is just a quick question for you, or Jack and Mike? How's the new Mrs. Dad Dancer profile going? Because I noticed
Mrs. Dad Dancer profile. I'll give you a live update. Live update on Mrs. Dad Dancer is she's at 231 followers.
So it was 166 when I saw earlier, so that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's 231 followers. We need to get her to 1,000 by a week on Friday, so that she can come on to the quiz. And I think 231 followers is more than the real Mrs. Dad Dancer has on her TikTok. So we've done well in a day. Right, I think Micky's ready. I'm going to bring her on. It looks so funny. Wait till you see this, guys. It looks like somebody's stolen the head off this character at Disney, and all the kids are going to get scared. But I want to introduce you to the lovely Micky. Now, here she is.
Right. So we need to go sideways.
I know. I'm just trying to quickly start it.
Oh, so you can hear me now. That's good.
Pardon?
Yeah, well, that's better.
You can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. That's good. Oh, it's not going sideways. I'm going up sideways.
If it's upside down, it's usual for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to find the right buttons.
If you're watching on YouTube right now, this is not as good as it gets. It gets better than this, I promise you.
I swear it gets better than this. This is, without a doubt. I would have thought by week 6 we'd have got this sorted.
Well,
the whole premise of this podcast is it's me and you getting pissed in a pub. I need somebody else to push all the buttons for me. That's what's going wrong. Do you know what I mean? I need some technical support. This is an absolute shambles. But anyway, I think if we press...
Right, one sec.
I need somebody else to push all the buttons for me. That's what's going wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute shambles.
Here we go.
The irony... The irony that when my own voice started repeating to myself, it said the words "absolute shambles." Right, there must be a good what's the? Let me have a look. Will that one work?
So
this is not great on that, is it?
Am I the only one that sees Micky turn sideways?
No, she's in portrait on mine.
So she's got the right way around.
Hey?
Is she got the right way around to you?
Yeah, she's upright.
Not for me. She's sideways. So tonight I'm just going to do this.
Oh my God, Baz! It's not all about you, right? Jen's saying we're all the right way up. You're just going to have to deal with it, Baz.
I'm used to it,
mate. You're always moaning that somebody's not the right way up.
Hang on, I'm going to prove this now. Right.
Right.
This is going great.
I've got an idea. Let's talk to Micky. Are we ready, Micky?
I think so, yeah.
Good stuff.
Show you what it looks like on this?
Yeah.
So one of them, the one before the one that you're on now, had her bigger and you two at the side. So she was like on the left and you two are on the other one. Like that.
Yeah, but is the picture like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. It'll come up here now.
Anyway, let's just go with it. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
I mean that is good, but the picture quality is really poor.
Yeah, it is on yours, but it's not on this one.
Oh, it's not on there. If it's
It's better. It's a bit.
Anyway, folks, how are we doing?
okay, we'll go with it anyway. We're going to go with it as this. I'm gonna move the graphics off. We all know where we are, and frankly, I don't want you to know that this is our podcast. To be honest, 'cause it's going so.
Mike,
Such a shambles to begin with.
start with the introduction all over again. Let's go from now. 1, 2, 3, go.
Right. Hi, everybody, and welcome
Hi.
to possibly the most professional podcast you'll ever watch. This is Lockdown Lock-In, and myself and Baz. Hold on, I'm going to sort this out. I'm on top, Baz. Right,
Yay.
so myself and Baz down there are here every week at Wednesday at 9 p.m. Tonight, we've got a special guest over this way. Nope, that way.
You got it.
Oh, it is reversed this time. That's really confusing. Jesus Christ. Okay, so over there now is Micky. And Micky, as you can see, has started a character. Can you tell what it is yet? And she's going to complete the face painting whilst chatting to us. So we're going to interview Micky whilst she does the face painting. So,
Hi.
introduce yourself. Every time I say this, I feel like Cilla Black, and this is good. Like, you're far too young to understand this, but I feel like Cilla Black off Blind Date. So, hello, tell us what's your name and where do you come from?
So I'm Micky, or Michaela to some. I'm from Cleethorpes and I do face paint and special effects makeup. That's me.
And is that your grown-up day job?
No, grown-up day job is retail. I've been in retail for about 16 years now, and that's all I tend to stick with. I do this on the side. I'd love it to be a full-time job one day, but
Well, we're pushing for it.
pushing for it. Yeah, we're trying out. We both.
That's it. Once you continue your journey to be an internet megastar, then we're gonna make that happen, aren't we?
Well, if my technology skills are anything to go by, it's not going to happen too quick, is it?
You don't have to have technology. Like, pay someone. I'm going to pay someone next week. I'm going to get someone in. I'm going to get an IT person in to sort it. I'm going to throw money at the situation.
And I'm just going to stay in the corner of this screen until next week. I'm not going anywhere for the whole week now.
There you go. You just got to sit there so that your microphone works properly.
Yay.
So yes, you're Micky. You're from Cleethorpes.
Yes.
And you're a face painter. And I know you from TikTok, and you are Micky Joe SFX, as it says under your face on there.
Yeah.
So talk me through before we. I mean, feel free to start at any point. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll talk to you through the whole thing.
There'll be moments where I'll have to zip for a second to concentrate, because you won't.
No problem.
Very well. But
no problem.
Yeah, talk me through.
But yeah, talk us through TikTok. I mean, obviously, we all kind of met on TikTok, and that's where we are usually. We escape on a Wednesday and come over here where we can drink and swear, which is nice. We don't have to be all nicey. We can do what we like over here.
We can even fucking swear.
So yeah. So talk us through your. Is it? Well, we're on Twitch and we're on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
So it looks like most people are. Oh no, Jimmy B's on
the tube.
Jimmy B's on the tube. Everybody else is on Twitch. So talk us through. Everyone's well versed on me and Baz and how we got on TikTok and all that kind of stuff. But where did it start for you?
Well, I joined at I didn't join. A few of my colleagues at work were talking about TikTok last year, probably this time last year, and I just kind of went on it just out of pure curiosity and just following the funny videos and whatnot. And then I just decided to upload a few of my old face painting videos. It wasn't ever made for TikTok, so it wasn't kind of what the stuff I'm doing now. And the first person to actually follow me and to be interested in my work was Baz.
Is your first
Leave
follower?
But,
No, not first follower, but
All right.
the first 50, I'd say he was.
the first fan.
My first fan. And pretty much since then, I've just carried on doing it. But probably this last like 6 months, I've kind of took it a little bit more seriously because I've been bullied into it, and it seems to be paying off. It's quite fun. So for something that I wouldn't have done last year at all, it's just gone tenfold.
It's amazing. I love it. If you haven't seen Micky's TikTok, don't go yet. Obviously, that would be a silly thing to do. But shortly after we're done here, then go and check out her TikTok at Micky Jo SFX. Some of the stuff is incredible. Well, some of the stuff, all of the stuff is incredible. The way I said some of the stuff is incredible sounded like some of the stuff's incredible. Most of it's shit, but some of it's incredible.
Some of it's really awful.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, I know that daily now.
Some of it was like potato printing and stuff. It's just bollocks, but no, it's the. I'm joking, of course. No, the stuff that she does is amazing.
Thank you.
And yeah, really, really cool. So Micky tonight, I'm sure you've guessed, has Micky asked me what character I wanted her to paint. And I decided something off Monster Inc. because I love Monsters Inc. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite movies. In fact, both of them are. Has there only been two? Anyway.
There is.
So yeah, I'm guessing you're going to be Mikey.
Yeah, doing a
Hey!
Mike
Wazowski.
but I don't know if the camera's the right way around. Is that the right way around?
Yeah. Look
Perfect.
at this.
Yeah, so you have to get used to this. Is the right way round and not TikTok round.
Got you.
Well, I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Is it? No, well, it's.
This is
Yeah,
my left
it
hand.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't mirror it. It's really confusing.
So, but there'll be people on here, Mike and Baz, that won't know you guys, I presume, because I've sent
the lucky
friends
ones.
and family and whatnot. So you'll have to introduce yourselves as well.
Oh, go on, Mike. You go ahead. We'll make it get started.
Why don't we do that when you have to be quiet? Because you said there's going to be times when you have to be quiet. Me and Baz can entertain people with telling them why two middle-aged men are on a dancing app.
If you want to start, Mike, I can quickly whiz through some of my line work. So I just need to map out on my face the character because it's going to be an illusion. You shouldn't be able to see my eyes by the time I'm finished. Hopefully.
This is very exciting. But that's what I want you to do. I want you to, even if we're chatting and stuff, if you've got something that's interesting and relevant and you're talking us through exactly what you're doing, then interrupt and tell us exactly what you're doing. So I find stuff like that fascinating.
No problem. So yeah, I'm just doing the line work now where Mike's full head and eye is going to be.
Tremendous. So right then, Baz.
Yes.
Let's talk about you for a while.
Me.
While Micky's doing her thing, let me move that cam back to there. So for those that don't know Baz, this is Baz here, down there. He is on TikTok. He is My Petrol Emotion. And he does loads of really cool, really stylish transitions. And he, I found him last year at some time and started to follow him. But Baz's TikTok story started about 3 weeks ago, really, didn't it?
Exactly. So it's the 20th March. I was on my usual account. Myself and Mike had a conversation. Because Mike had had a couple of decent videos and he'd sort of got through a few things. And I'd literally professed that I didn't think I was ever going to have a viral video. And Mike, we were on with Joshua that night, and Mike said, "Do you know what? If you just keep going as you are, it'll happen." And literally within 2 days, I had my first viral video, and then a week later I had another one, and then a week later I had another one. So it's been a really quick ride to the number I'm on now. So. We always say this; they are just numbers, but I've gone from 60,000 to 240,000 in a month. So it's weird. What's nice about it? It's happened so quickly. I haven't had time to get big-headed about it, and I probably never will do, to be fair, because I've got some good people around me.
Yeah,
That's
and
just
you've got
insane.
hats to wear, friends.
That is just absolutely insane. And yeah, look, and you, and I'm not going to say I told you so, but I did tell you so.
Yeah, you did.
No, but I knew that. I mean, your stuff is it's transitions, but the style of the transition and the way you do them is different to everyone else. The way you look is different to everyone else, and the kind of the nature of the feel of your videos and stuff is completely different to everyone else. So honestly, I knew it was only a matter of time, because you're the type of person when somebody sees a transition. If I see a young girl or something doing a transition, and I'll go, that's impressive, give it a like, and I'll spin on. But you're not really interested in seeing any more because you think it's going to be kind of sort of similar. But because you're kind of strikingly different to the average TikToker, I think it's fair.
I'm a granddad is what's fair.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
I know that's what that's the truth of it as well. So
no, but I'm just saying it's like you're the way you look in general, but also the way you look on TikTok and the style of your videos is very different to anyone else. So I can imagine people stumbling across you on the FYP, as I did, and gone, that's good, and I want to see more of this guy because he's pretty cool. And because I think the first one I saw of you, or certainly one of the early ones, was in your living room when you end up back on the settee and you go round the living room in 3 places. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
that was
the basic premise of everything I do is I find out technically how I can do stuff, and then I find if I can actually go past that. Because everything, much like all of us, everything I do is on my phone. I don't use a laptop and some special software. I just use software that's available on your phone. So you are limited to the things that you can do. That some people have got amazing technology that they can make themselves appear 5 or 6 times overlapping each other. I just found that I've got a real interest in how far I can push stuff, and that's it really. So they don't always work. I've made videos that I've literally ditched because they literally don't end up working at all. But I think the thing about TikTok that we all know is if you can, carry on and you make it stick with what you do, because a lot of people have had viral videos where that's the first time they've done that thing. It's a one-off video. Whereas all of my stuff's but no, that's not true of you. You've made a living out of annoying people, and that's just and you continue to do that. It's true.
Mate, I've been doing it way before I found TikTok. I've been pissing people off for 46 years. Ask my mum.
So the point is, your niche has been in you since before you came to TikTok, and what I know, because I know you quite personally now, that you are you've got most of the stuff about you is you look at comedy and how things are funny, and because we laugh about some like ridiculous stuff when we talk offline, but yours is definitely a comedy channel. You started off from comedy in the first place and making comedy sketches, and you've even sat on your wife. So
that is true. That is true. And the thing is, the things that people seem to like about our stuff, and the thing that push my stuff further than it would have done, is usually stuff I've thrown in at the last minute or not thought about. So I'll plan loads and loads of stuff. That one that you're saying, where I finish on the phone sitting on top of Emma, the fact I'm sitting, I was going to stand by her, and I just said, "Can I sit on you for this?" And she went, "Yeah, if you want."
Kudos to Emma.
Was that
what for saying yes? That was the first one that went big. Well, my very, very first video had 150,000 likes,
which is still a big number, right?
That's where I was cutting my son's hair in lockdown, and I didn't have a sprayer in the house, so I used the steam iron. Not the steam off it; that would be bad. But the water sprayer off the steam iron.
Yeah.
And that's all I was doing. So I did that, and that got 150,000 views or whatever. And that's honestly, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be on TikTok, because I was just saying to the kids, "Is this normal?" Because the first video, I don't know what's right and what's wrong. I've never been on it. I was only on the app to check that it was all right for the kids to watch, and I was like, "Is this normal?" I was like, "Is it?" And and then the kids are going, "No, that's very not normal," and all that kind of stuff. But that one with the where Emma collapses in the kitchen and I phone the curry, that one was the first one that I knew that went viral. I say only. I don't mean to, I don't want to upset anyone who's on TikTok, but it got 600,000 views or something like that, which is huge, and was huge at the time. But that was the one that I got loads of my mates emailing me and texting me and WhatsApping me saying, "This is cropped up in my WhatsApp group. Is this you?" So that went viral more off TikTok than it did on TikTok, which is really weird. Really weird. But then since then, the ones that have done, I mean, I've had 3 videos over 3 million, I think. One of them was me slicing a ham sandwich, but all you can see is the ham sandwich in my hand. The other one was something about the Irish Parliament, where I just lifted a video from Twitter of somebody talking in the Irish Parliament. That got 3.5 million views. And then the decking, which is now at 18.5 million views.
That's going to get to 20 easily.
Mate, honestly, I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it because I've done some videos off the back of it, which I thought were funny, and other people thought were funny as well. But I'm still getting loads of Aussies just telling me that it's wrong and stuff like that. And do you know what? It's got to the point now where I'm just like, I haven't got the energy to keep going. I've got as much comedy as I can drag out of it now. Now I've just got Aussies pissing me off in the comments section now, so I'm moving on.
Can I just need to address something here? Sai's just said that we've had a few technical issues this evening. Sai, in our usual professional way, we got together beforehand in the backstage area and realised that there was a few issues, but we're going to go with it because, the good thing about what Micky's doing, even with when it's blurry, when it's put together, it will still be visually good. And can I just say as well,
that looks a bit better, doesn't it? I know Baz, if you can, there you go. That looks a bit better.
Yeah, that's good. Sorry, but even before Micky started the painting on her face, just having
me and Micky have got the same size.
Just having those legs at the bottom, I love it. Just having those legs sticking out of your head are the funniest things. In fact, I want a set of those now.
That is amazing. So, Micky, how long did it take just to do the obviously your shoulders, your chest, and Mikey's legs?
Mikey's legs. That probably took me about half an hour. Just to make sure, because when I do things like that, I've got to make, because obviously the shape of my body and stuff, the legs go right up here. But when I'm looking down, it needs to look like it's going to be in proportion with his body. So he's got a big head and then little legs and little arms.
There's something in a video somewhere where you make his legs go really tall and then really short again just by doing that with your neck. There's something in that.
There you go.
That's amazing.
So, is anybody in the comments got any questions for Micky that you're interested in? I mean, I know lots of people have seen Micky's stuff on TikTok, but this is you may not have seen the full sort of live paint up. So, if you've got any questions about anything, I'm always really conscious about the amount of paint that Micky uses, what it's like on her skin and things like that. So, if you've got any other questions about that, just fire them in. And obviously,
in the meantime, I'm going to go through the comments. What have we got? Jill's asking, what's everyone drinking? So let's go through what people are drinking. I'm drinking. Yeah. We've been through what Baz and I are drinking. Michaela, are you drinking anything, or is it not responsible to drink and paint?
I've got one vodka Coke next to me.
There you go, vodka Coke.
With a straw.
There we go. And what have we got? Size on San Miguel. Kathy's on white wine. Jen likes San Miguel, which is good to know. It's good that she's not an absolute heathen with her lager. What else are we? Let us know what you're drinking.
I saw plenty of wine in the list anyway.
Yeah, there's tons of wine and stuff. What else we got? Martin's saying, why are the Aussies so funny about the boards? I don't know. Apparently in Australia, you put the ridges of the board down, and apparently you can do that here too. But my beef with the Aussies was that they were saying mine's wrong. Well, it's not. You can do it either way. And my other beef is that so many of the Aussies were saying, oh, well, yeah, they're going to rot and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, well, you're telling me that if I do something you've never done, something that's never happened to me, having done it this way, is going to happen. The fuck does that work?
So Jimmy B's in the selection of ales night, Old Golden Hen at the moment. My Heart, My Home. Who's that?
That's Diane.
Oh, Diane is on sangria. Sangria is an unusual drink this
Sangria.
evening.
I think that might be because Diane is in the States, so it's probably the afternoon. So sangria is a good afternoon drink, isn't it?
It's a good morning drink if you're in Spain.
Okay.
So Emma's got a few questions.
Right.
Yes, Emma's got I don't know who this lady is. Sned. I don't know who that is. But she says, right, so question number 1. Look, we've got the questions come on here. Look. Do you see that? That's very clever, isn't it?
I love this.
What do you wash it off with?
Just straight in the shower. If you was going to have face paint and you just wanted to take it off, you would baby wipe. So that's about it. It's because it's water based. It comes off pretty quick.
Right, one question I've got.
I've been blue a couple of times for a few days.
This is definitely a point where you need to talk us through what you're doing, because I know what you're doing.
Right.
But people are going to wonder. Clearly, you're getting rid of your eyebrows.
Yes.
Not shaving them, but you know what I mean.
So Mike's eyes going to be out here. So to camouflage the eyebrow hair, I've got to put that on glue.
It's a Pritt stick, innit? It's a posh Pritt stick. It's amazing.
And this is what a lot of the drag queens and stuff do to block their eyebrows out. There's a bit more to their process. Because I'm using face paint, I don't need to go fully into it all. Literally just whack it on and stick it down.
Baz has put Pritt stick on his lips now. He's feeling left out.
You must notice that this is a constant thing for me. I mean, you've watched me plenty of times on the opposite screen. So do you wait for that glue to go dry?
Yes. It'll be dry in a couple of seconds. It's like when you was at school and you used to put it on the back of your hand and then peel it off. It's just like that.
Yeah.
Don't take long.
Or your thumbprints.
We've got another question from Emma, which is, how do you look after your skin?
I've been fortunate enough to have good skin. But if you was going to do stuff like this, I know a lot of face painters that are quite pro-versions and stuff to paint just purely because of the chemicals and stuff that are in them. But you just make sure you wipe it off properly and moisturise. But I've been very lucky. I say that, touch wood. I'll break out tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, Jen is asking, how did you learn to do it?
So I'm completely self-taught. Since being a baby, there's some family members that have actually kept my drawings and stuff since I was little. And I've always had a thing for being able to copy art. So if somebody shows me any picture, I'll be able to pull that off and put it onto whatever, whether it be a face or paintings or anything like that. I've always been able to do that. It wasn't until I started working in House of Fraser on the beauty department where I was starting to sort of play with makeup, just general makeup. And because of just the person that I am, I've always been quite theatrical and quite larger than life with some things. So when it comes to Halloween, I celebrate it quite big, and I have done that for many years. And I have done my own makeup probably for about 12 years, doing face paints on Halloween, and then it's gradually just got more and more when my friends have asked me to do it for them, and then it's just got bigger and more elaborate, and then people have started to ask me to do bookings at Halloweens and stuff. So I'm completely self-taught. I've never trained in it, and is pretty much how it goes. I learned from watching other makeup artists, or for example, this kind of character is practicing by mapping out the character and stuff prior doing it. So when you stand back in the camera, it looks like the cartoon. And if it doesn't, then I've got to find another way to do it, and it's just through practice.
That's amazing. So is it easy to transfer? Because I know a load of people who are good at artists and are good at drawing and stuff. I mean, my daughter's a phenomenal artist.
Oh.
But is it easy to transfer? Like, I mean, she wants to be a tattoo artist, so obviously she's got to try and transfer that from being, really good at art with a pencil, and she's really good on the iPad and stuff like that now. They're like really good at digital art.
Yeah.
But obviously she's got to then learn to technically transfer that over to tattooing. I presume that transferring to face paints isn't as hard as transferring to tattooing, but it must be quite a shift from just drawing on paper to being able to do it on something that's not a flat surface and keeping the perspective in place.
that's exactly the same thing. So it's the same concept with tattooing because it wraps, and you need to make sure that the picture's still in scale and it makes sense and stuff, no matter what angle you look at it. But the thing that this is illusion art, so wherever the skin matches, it needs to match the background. So whatever colour background you've got, that's what the area of the skin that needs to be sort of pushed out comes into play. So that's a massive help and a tip for doing this kind of face painting. But it is tricky. You can stand here for hours doing it all, but when you stand back in the camera, if it doesn't translate well, that's the hard bit. Because I've done that loads of times where I've painted it and it doesn't look right on camera, but in a mirror it's fine. So yeah, it's just a trial and error.
I think the genius of something that you're doing here, the illusion stuff, is that you can actually, when you finish, it's hard to tell actually where your features are on your face, and that's the stuff that. So when you paint over your eyes and you shut your eyes, that's when the actual character's there. When you open your eyes, you literally can you can tell where your face is. That wasn't even a question.
No. This is really difficult because we've got to talk and chat and ask questions, and I'm just sat going like this.
Hey, I know it's bad, isn't it?
I'm just watching. Oh shit! I've got to talk. People.
If anybody
on lives with me for anything up to like 6 hours,
4.5 hours. Oh no! So the greatest thing about lives on TikTok, Mike's really good at holding court on his own because he's got plenty to say. Oh yeah, but the point is,
good at it, but I hate it.
We've all seen lives where someone's just doing this, and they're the worst things ever. So when I first said to Micky, "Can I join you on a live? I'll host. I'll take questions because I realise you're doing stuff." I've done the same thing where I've just been sat on the screen, and then I thought, "Oh, I should probably read some comments like we should do now." Actually, your sister's in as well, so I know a Stevenson want to see one. So Danny is Micky's sister, and I think you were going to paint her face one day, but we never got around to it, did we?
No, I've got my elder sister Hayley as well. She was over to hopefully get her face painted, but that's a good thing. It's been really handy having you on there, Baz, because at the end of the day, I haven't done lives ever up until this last couple of months, purely because when I'm concentrating, I completely zone out, and it's probably the most
exactly
interesting to watch. The other day when I was extremely hungover. And I haven't even muttered a word for about 4 hours on here. And yeah, the pair of us weren't really that social that day. But things like that help because you sort of taught me through it as well, don't you? You do the talk.
I think one of the things, can I just say as well, the good thing about having Mike on here, because he hasn't watched one of these from beginning to end now, I'm just looking at his face and he's kind of fascinated by the whole thing. It's just funny.
That's what I'm saying, mate. You're going to have to talk through this because I'm just going to sit and watch.
I've only got Mike's in the middle of the screen to me. I've only got his forehead up.
Oh.
So, and his eyes now. So, that's it. Sorry.
Right, okay. Emma has just come on and she said, going to show Shay, can you ask Micky to show her neck again? So, because this is the illusion of it, isn't it? So you're basically just your own head on some little skinny Mike legs.
Yeah.
Lift your chin up so you can see the legs. I love that. But to be fair, Emma,
it'd be a lot easier.
To be fair, Emma didn't put gonna show Shay, she put gonna shoe Shay, which I'm hoping isn't like some kind of Geordie term for kicking the shit out of my child. I hope it's not.
There's no social service on here anyway, so.
So right, we've got some more questions. We've got Torben Aspinall. I said that quickly. I said that quickly because I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Torben.
That's Torben. So he is
2RBM. It says.
He's a really good friend of mine from Halifax.
Awesome. Right. He's saying.
Yeah, I used to work with him.
What's the favourite character you've done, and what's the most difficult, or what's the hardest?
The hardest one that I did was
it's the longest caption we've had on.
Donkey from Shrek.
Sorry, was that your favourite or the most difficult?
The most difficult was Donkey from Shrek.
I saw that one. It's really good. It's amazing.
And also the most difficult.
That was an illusion where
Sorry,
it was difficult because it was on an angle, and it was purely down to the camera focus that it needed to sort of translate onto there. And probably my favourite, and normally the one very long. The Medusa one was quite fun. That was my first one that I properly did for TikTok.
So your Medusa one had you making all the snakes first, and didn't you say that got taken down?
No,
because they look like penises.
No, it didn't. But they look like joints.
Oh, sorry.
So,
yeah, the
Sorry, go on.
opening to my Medusa paint, it was me creating the snakes for my hair, which was masking tape wrapped around tinfoil. But because I had them lined up on a table, it looked like 6 joints on a table, and the amount of people that I got commenting on it before they actually realised what it was, it helped really, I think, because it got them interested in what I was doing. It wasn't what they thought I was doing. That's all.
Mate, you can't beat people misunderstanding or disagreeing with what you're doing on TikTok for it to fly. That's the recipe.
Right, I'm gonna ask Mike this because it's a question from your sister. Mike, if you could pick something for Micky to paint on her, what would it be? I think I already know that.
It would be. Let me see which way am I pointing? That way. It would be that, because Micky asked me what she should paint, and I asked her to do something off Monsters Inc.
And it just happens to be Mike.
Paint Mike.
Sadly,
I don't care what you paint, but I want its name to be Mike. I don't care what it looks like. It needs to be called Mike.
There aren't any good characters called Baz, so I'm never going to get what I want.
Barry Scott?
Yeah, I'm not sure he's a very good...
Basil.
Do you know my...
Basil Brush.
My stepdad's called Barry Scott, by the way.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, yeah. So when those videos first started coming up, it would be like every time we'd see him, we'd go, "Hi, Barry Scott!" And that lasted for years.
So yeah, Rob's just asked. Big Rob Appleton has just asked something else. What inspired you to start doing face painting?
Inspired me
Because it's not normal. Let's be fair.
Pardon?
It's not. Most people don't start face painting, do they? So
no. So with me being quite arty at school, I couldn't stand painting of any kind. I hate decorating the house. I didn't study anything but just drawing. But I knew unless you're going to be the next like Van Gogh, there's not really a career in just drawing. I dabbled in the whole designing thing, like interior design kind of stuff, and it wasn't giving me enough. Until I was working in House Fraser with the beauty department, and I started playing with makeup when it came to themes and events that we create in store. And then face paint sort of came into it. And there was a girl that I worked on one of the beauty counters next door to me called Samantha Helen Lake, and she worked on the MAC counters in Manchester after she left Grimsby, where I'm from. And she got scouted to sort of go on to do body paint for MAC. And she got to the point where her career has taken her at a young age of 26 to work for Disney, work for Coca-Cola.
Wow.
She's been flown out to Ibiza to do like body paint demonstrations and big, huge corporate events. And it wasn't until I realised that somebody from a small town like me could get to a place like that. And she's completely self-taught as well. And she has been almost like my little guardian angel for the last 3-4 years, and anything that I've got to ask her, she'll show me. She's done small like demonstration masterclasses locally, which I've attended, and she's an inspiration to me. She's brilliant, and she's such a lovely girl, and she deserves absolutely everything that she does. So that's pretty much it. Now she channeled the face painter in me, and it seems to be the only thing that I can get really creative with, and it's in my own time. So that's it. That's pretty much it.
I'm just going through the. I'm just. I'll tell you what I was doing there. Micky said was talking about being from kind of a small town almost kind of not believing that you could go on and do something from a small town. I just thought that was a really interesting thing. So obviously, my mind, just went straight to who are the famous people that have ever come from Grimsby and Cleethorpes. So I've Googled it. And the top of the list is Kevin and Joanne Clifton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, well done. Strictly. Oh, no idea. Freddie Frinton.
That was Freddie Frinton. Was he from Frinton-on-Sea?
No. Number 3 on the list is a weather somebody who does the weather called Keely Donovan.
No.
And then there's a Roy Temperton.
I don't know.
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, Mickey, but I think this news article from the Grimsby Telegraph has pretty much proved your point because Guy Martin, he's from Grimsby.
No, sorry, that's Guy
I've heard of him.
Martin.
I've heard of him.
We've
He's
had
quite
that
cool.
conversation with Baz. He's the
motorcycle guy.
Yeah, that's the one. I didn't know what it was called.
Oh, Lloyd Griffith. There's a contemporary one for the youngsters.
Yeah, comedian. He does a lot of guest. Yeah, he's a local comedian, but he does a lot of guest spots at our local brewery, Doc Spears.
Yeah. And they're the only ones I've heard of, to be honest. So I think you've kind of that quick little bit of research that I did basically illustrates exactly what you were saying. That I can imagine in a serious point. I can imagine that if people from a small-ish town, don't get me wrong, Grimsby and Cleethorpes aren't that small. Do you know what I mean? But to have not seen people go and do like big things, I'm not suggesting people from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm only saying. I just think it can foster a lack of belief in people. Is kind of where I'm going with it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be limited by your surroundings. You should live your dream as it is.
Yeah, well, there's you'll know another one, mate, because you mentioned Cilla Black earlier. So there was a local actress called Sheridan Smith, and she played.
Oh, is she from there?
Yeah, she's from Grimsby.
I know Sheridan Smith. She's very, very good.
Yeah, so there's a couple, but there's not high demand for this kind of stuff here. It's not really. How many people want to walk around like this? And if they do,
will you have to fly the coop to expand your career and your to advance your career in face painting?
Yeah, I don't know where to channel that really.
The other thing that I have, and I've seen you do some of it, and it fascinates me because it looks really hard. But I've seen you do some airbrushing.
Yeah,
are you self-taught in that as well?
Yeah, my sister Danielle, she bought me for Christmas a airbrush machine with the inks, and I've used it twice, just purely because I need to sort of brush up on my techniques with that, because the first time round it didn't last too well for me. And it was quite a long process, just purely because it was completely new. But it's definitely the way to go with this kind of stuff, because it halves the time in doing most of the things that I do anyway. So I'll be doing more of that, definitely. I just need somebody that knows it a bit better to come and help.
Well, certainly that feels like an area of you can develop into.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a question I've asked before, but it's always worth asking. Have you ever, I know you've done a video on it, have you ever had to answer the door midway through a face paint?
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So talk us through that.
If anyone lives anywhere near Grimsby or Cleethorpes, can you go and knock on their door now? So she has to answer the door like that.
I know. I need to get one of those camera doorbells just for the reaction.
Just to see the reaction. Have you got the same sort of? Is the same postman or the same guy who brings like Amazon and stuff like that? Are they well ready for it now?
Needs to do that. But yeah, it was the frogs. You know, when I painted the frogs on my mouth for my Little Mermaid series that I did the other week. It was that time. So basically, I've got my face is just completely like this colour, and then I've got a little frog around my mouth. And I did apologise to him. I just said to him, I'm just in the middle of painting something, and he just kind of looked at me, gone out, and then left. So that's how that went.
He's definitely told all his mates and all his family about this nutter that answered the door when he just went to deliver a parcel to.
I mean,
And I'm not funny. I'm not being funny. He might have been a bit disturbed by the fact that 2/3 of your face was painted black. I think he might have been a bit like, I'm not sure what was going on in that house, but I don't think you're allowed to do it anymore. I think they stopped. I think it stopped being allowed in the 50s.
yeah, Danny, do not give out her dress.
Yeah. Well, I think my neighbours already think there's something wrong with me anyway. The amount of times they've seen me. Last summer was the first time I was really embarrassed about it, but more so for the person that saw me. So last summer I painted myself as Groot.
Groot.
What is it? Groot.
Yeah, from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Oh.
so basically it's just a giant tree. And the way I did it, I put styrofoam all around my head, so I was literally just one big massive tree. A little miniature break for about 5 minutes to get a drink. I went into the back kitchen and had the blinds wide open, and I saw somebody across the way with a garden who faces me staring at me right out the window, and I kind of just looked up at them and I saw them just like run off. But still to this day, they obviously don't know who I am. I've never introduced myself, and they must just think I'm absolutely nuts. But
I'm surprised they noticed you if you were disguised as a tree. I'm surprised they noticed you.
yeah, but it's not normal.
It sounds like a really good camouflage.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the best picture, Mike, but this is Groot.
I thought you said Gru. I was like, that's a very different thing.
Oh yeah, no, not. Not.
See, Gru is more my kind of level.
Is he from?
Yeah.
What,
Despicable Me.
oh, you could do him as well.
Yeah.
So are
Right,
you using yellow and then you're going to add blue, or are you? So you're mixing that on your face?
Yeah. So this is like a lime green. I'm going to do this as a base, and then I'm going to put the other green that I've used. The rest of it on top.
That's really
Got some little
interesting.
things to stick to my face as well.
So one of the questions I'm always interested in, and I know I've asked it before, but it's interesting for here, is how much paint do you go through in a year?
And if I'm doing this every single day, I would need to, because the little paints that I use are that big, about that deep, and then I use these other things called split cakes, which has got about 5 or 6 different colours in one brush stroke, which creates texture without actually having to do a lot of work. So I would go through one of those every about 2 years.
Wow, okay, it's pretty cheap.
Years.
Yeah, about 2 years. The water base, so they go rock hard until you spray water on, and then you use the tiniest little bit. You'll be quite surprised how much paint I've got.
Well, you say that, but I bought one of those that's identical to that. When I went to my favourite fancy dress is Teen Wolf. So I've got like the prosthetic nose and the wig and everything like that. And you just need to put the brown makeup on and all over the place. And I've got the basketball vest and the all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure I went through one of those on one night.
In fairness, if you put it on like Mike would, he'd do it with a yard brush.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It's miles quicker. Miles quicker.
But don't forget your face being upside down after that. So.
Mate, we'd have been done by now. We'd be in bed now. This is finished.
Rob.
You've got the long hair for now, Mike.
I've got what, sorry?
You've got the long hair now for Teen Wolf.
There you go. Yeah, I don't need to. I can put the well, I did have up until this afternoon. I had a bit of the hairiness as well now. He's
got the D'Artagnans going on.
Yeah, I've just look, mate.
Are you going to go back short, Mike, or you're embracing it now?
On my hair.
Yeah.
No, I think nature's trying its hardest to make my hair short from the front backwards. It's I think I've been very, very lucky to have really thick hair up until my 45th/46th year, and it's gradually like catching up with me. So This is just all this was just an excuse because like it's lockdown. So I thought, it's lockdown. The hairdressers are short. So when they opened, I just thought, no, I'll give it a go because I'm not going to have the chance to do this again. So this is. But I mean, I've had my hair much longer than this when I was late teens. Late teens, I was well into all the
back in the clubs,
all the Manchester indie music and stuff. So we had the long hair with a big dirty undercut and stuff. It was yeah. So it's not. This isn't new. The stupid facial hair and stupid hair is something that I've had for most of my adult life, to be perfectly honest.
So Rob Appleton's come up with a suggestion for a face paint, and you may have done it. I know you've done something similar. She said you need to do Venom because that would be quite a good one for a face paint, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I had the intention of doing that the other week, but if I'm going to do it, I need to give myself some time because I'd want to do the bee's knees where it's all quite 3D, which involves quite a lot of prosthetics and gelatin and all sorts. It's something that I probably couldn't do on TikTok without being sat there for about 9 hours, but it's definitely on my to-do.
I'm assuming one thing here that doing it on yourself because you're doing it in the mirror is quite difficult. If you were to do it on somebody else, you could do it on someone's face. You can do it in a much quicker time, can you?
Yeah, when it comes to character paints, if I do it on somebody else, it goes a lot quicker, definitely. But the other stuff where it's a little bit more, what's the word? Realistic? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
That stuff I prefer on myself. I find it quite difficult painting on other people because because I'm self-taught. I've learned on my own face and my own features and my shape and everything. So when I go on to put it onto somebody else, it doesn't always go on quite right. But it's all practice. So,
Mike, if you're going to get your face painted in any character, like I know we said T, who would you choose now to have your face painted as? That you've got facial hair and hair.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tough one, mate. Like you say, it's like when you have facial hair like you and I do.
You can paint it apparently as well.
Yeah, but I mean, it does cut the canvas down to 2/3 of the size, though. To be fair, well, 2/3 in my case, 1/3 in yours case, because you got glasses as well. But it's like, literally,
I could just do Zorro.
It's just that's it. But yeah, don't honestly the Team Wolf. I've done that a few times now. I've done it 3 times. I've done it at a house party. I've done it at a corporate event where I won the fancy dress award prize thing, and I did it. I did it at my mum's 70th as well. But when I did it at my mum's 70th, I didn't have the pot of the decent stuff, so I just had to use what I could find. And they didn't have a brown. And to make brown, you basically got to mix as many colours as you can find until it goes a bit brown. But this went really brown. So when I put it on, I was committed because I'd put it on, and I was just like, I'm glad we did it. We hired a hostel in Yorkshire, which is an ex-post office. So all of us stayed in this hostel, so it was all self-contained. We didn't have to go anywhere. And I'm glad we didn't as well, because I'm pretty sure I would have been arrested for cultural appropriation or whatever the phrase is these days. Because it looked a lot less like I was trying to be Team Wolf and a lot more like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I was like, it didn't look the way I wanted it to be fair.
So as usual, Rob. So Rob's come out with some classics. So if you know Rob Appleton, this will make you laugh even more. He said, I dressed up as Homer Simpson for Halloween. I mean, that would work. Presumably, Rob, you just painted your face entirely yellow.
I reckon he might have painted it. He said he went through half of one of those pots of yellow. So I'm presuming he did his arms as well.
And his entire body.
Yeah.
And obviously he suggested someone for you, or it might be me, probably both of us, was Chewbacca.
Mate, that would be a blinder for you. That would be a dead easy one, Chewbacca, wouldn't it? Oh, what's going on with me? Camera's doing me nothing again. Got technical issues again. Look at that. I paid a fortune for this webcam. Look, it looks pissed. It's supposed to be autofocus, that.
I can see this part of my words.
I think so. There we go.
Yeah, I can see Mike's full face.
Yeah.
It's just like
So it's just you.
from the forehead upwards, and then it's your bar below you with a bunch of wine bottles.
Michaela, like I said before, right? The reason I've got long hair is because my hairline is slowly like. Now I'm losing the battle with it. So for you to only see my receding hairline, it doesn't it don't make me feel brilliant, to be fair, because over the last few years it's taken me longer and longer to wash my face as it's kind of going like this.
Well, there's probably no stretch for me. I've exchanged my hair for hats, so.
Well, there you go. I wear hats a lot, as you know, but I think that I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it for as long as I start. As soon as I start to look anywhere close to a Bill Bailey, as soon as I start to look anywhere close to Bill Bailey, or for the older folks, Terry Nutkins, then that's it. It goes. Or Wolf from Gladiators.
They are all three of those my idols.
Imagine those three.
This is all coming off soon anyway. I've decided that like when the summer kicks and it's all going, so I'm shaving it again. So.
What, your hair? Well, nobody ever sees it anyway, mate. So it wouldn't make any difference.
No.
Danny's saying that she can see all our faces fine. So yeah, I think it is just you, Mickey.
Sorry, Danny.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Although, like I said before, I'm going to do this again with my hands around this. Look, my head is this big.
Yeah.
Mickey's head is that big. Baz's head is this big. Do you want me to do it? I'll come in.
This is the most active we've been on a podcast where we're moving our faces to try and fit the actual the screen positions.
Well, technology hasn't worked for us tonight.
So Pubman Danzin, he said, I used a full thing of white on my face, chest, and arms when I did Jared Leto's Joker a couple of years back. Love doing that.
Did he wash it off before bed though? That's the schoolboy.
Probably not. No, Dan, I'm not shaving my face. That's staying. This thing is literally the only thing that gives you a jawline. So,
Mr. House 74. I can't remember who Mr. House 74 is, but they've said that a beautiful face needs a lot of room. So I think that's what I'm talking about here. But to be fair, these bits of, like, you look at my mum's hairline. My mum's hairline's back here, so it's only gone back about this way. We've always had this kind of weird shape going on.
And is a slight grey give it a slightly sort of wider view?
It's not slight grey. Mate, this greying's been. I've been going grey since I was 20 odd. I've just given up doing the Just for Men thing.
Oh, sorry. Actually, we've completely forgot about Micky in all this.
Are you all right?
No, she's busy.
Yeah.
The reason I stopped using Just for Men, Baz, is because, as you know, my day job is a personal trainer and a fitness coach. So I realised that I didn't look in great shape because using Just for Men made me look much younger. It made me so when I was 43, I looked 33. But I realised I wasn't in good enough shape to look 33. So it was either work harder in the gym and get a body of a 33-year-old, or stop using Just for Men, look 43 and have a decent body for a 43-year-old. So that's the one I chose.
It's a great choice.
Mate, it's a true story. It's an absolutely 100% true story. I was like, fuck it. I've had enough of looking young. I can't be arsed doing that, because I can coach someone to have a great body because I know exactly what it takes. I just can't be asked to do what it takes. So I'll never have that body that I can coach somebody to have.
Oh, a technical question for you, Mike, because it's gone so well tonight. Danny said, "Do I need to sign in to see other people's comments?" I think that you do, don't you?
I think
it's because she's on YouTube and everybody else is on Twitch.
Go on Twitch. You can see all the comments, or we can just read them all out.
We should do. We should read. I mean, we've read lots of them out.
Mike, have you got some form of caption you could put up?
Not with them all.
Yeah, where's your big poster gone behind you, Mike?
What big poster?
You had a big sign behind you for quite a lot of
Oh, that was the quiz.
Yeah. No, so actually, what you should do, Micky, is ask Mike to do a colour, because he's got these amazing colour lights behind him now. So how many have you got? Let's let's look into this now.
Is that what it's got to? Our podcast is now me pissing about with my LEDs.
Well, we're getting close to the presentation now as well. So.
Oh, I see. Well, I've got a question for Micky. What's all that stuff flying about in the air?
This.
No, there's just loads of stuff in the air.
See?
Yeah, it looks like fluff flying.
It'll be dust. It's the stuff I'm putting on my face.
All right. You got a dusty face. Okay, right. What colour do you want, Baz?
I would like. Have you got a red?
Yeah, of course I've got a red.
Yeah, there you go. Hang on.
Hold on, I've got 3 of them. There you go. I've got to point it in 3 different directions.
Oh, what's really good? That actually changes the colour of your hair as well, which is pretty cool.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
I don't have a grey. I've got green. That's green actually, but the webcam's decided it don't like green. Purple.
Right, so this.
I'm going to stay purple.
So as we're looking at it now, your face paint, we've now lost your eyes, which is the bit which freaked me out the first time I saw you do a face paint.
There's a little bit more coming to it. What time?
Oh yeah.
I'll get that
Wow.
done. Easy. Like that.
Because I've always one of the questions I always had was how do you do the bits when you've got to have your eyes shut? But I can see that it's quite basic on your eyes. This one, isn't it? Oh really?
Yeah, it just goes over, but it's one at a time. And it's got some arms to go on yet.
This is amazing. I absolutely love it.
Rob's think they might be moths.
So yeah, I've upset Mr. House 74 because I need to explain. My memory is absolutely terrible, so I don't know Mr. House 74's first name. Do apologise. He's saying he's here every week, and I still don't know who he is. I recognise you as Mr. House 74.
Well, Mike,
he's sending a formal introduction.
Go on then, because my memory's very bad. My memory's very bad. I'm really, really crap at remembering all the sites and the names of the. So basically, Mr. House 74, I've been here every week, and literally, I am the worst person you could ever talk to in terms of remembering names. So, what is your name?
There you go. No one knows who you are. Martin. Okay, Martin. There we go, Martin. Do apologise, Martin.
I've got a trick for this.
I very much appreciate you being here every week, but yeah, if you've been here every week, you will know that my memory is terrible. So I'm trying my best. But yeah, I do appreciate people like Jen, who calls herself Gen 6. and makes it very, very easy for me to remember. And Pubman Dan. Although every time I read that, it looks like
Pubman Dan.
I think yeah, it looks like a character out of one of the new Star Warses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like yeah. So Anakin had to fight the many Pubmandans.
So actually, while we've got a bit of a lull in the proceedings, we are planning at some point to, if it all works out well, to go to Pubman's pub in Malham to do a podcast from there.
That would be good.
So the best thing is that if the technology fucks up, it won't be my fault that time.
And in fairness, so with how this works, I am the self-proclaimed sidekick.
Absolutely.
Which actually sort of voids me of any kind of responsibility. I just turn up and ask questions. But I think that when we end up being in the same place, Chloe's offered to run the event, and obviously I'm an event organizer. So I think if you leave it in my capable hands, so I should be able to come up with something.
I think Chloe's going to project manage, and you're going to event manage and stuff. It's going to be incredible. So you can be in charge of all the technology, getting the technology in place to make this happen on a live in a real place sort of thing. But yeah, we'll do it. Like I say, I'm back in England all of June and most of July. So in and around the maybe mid July, because the Euros will have finished by then. Because obviously pubs are going to be very focused around the Euros up until the 11th, and mid July will give us plenty of chance. So maybe mid July. Let's work on mid July. But yeah, I'd love to do that. That we'll do this same thing, but do it in a real place where you and I are in the same room. But to be fair, Baz, I think apart from that one, which is going to be on a grander scale, I think when I'm back in England, we'll do a few of these where you and I are in the same room. We'll just be somewhere, and then at least cuts one layer of technology potential cock up out if we're both in the same room. Then,
well, as part of my sort of role in the events, I've got somebody who owes me a big favour who does satellite broadcasting, like using mobile satellites. So I'm thinking about asking him to come along when we're out. I mean, I'm fairly sure that Dan's pub has good Wi-Fi, which is all we need, right?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. You don't remember the story you said about the fact that it's got shit. No, actually, it's got decent Wi-Fi. It's got crap phone signal. That's right, isn't it?
That's the one.
I'm gonna have to lower my voice now because my son's going to bed, which is something you don't see on TV, isn't it? But yeah, it's but you'll hear me very clearly because I've got a very effective microphone and I just shout too loud through the whole thing, so you'll still hear me.
Well, you've got your headphones in as well, haven't you?
I know, yeah. Well, I've got this one off so I can hear myself.
Gillian just said toilet. Go on.
What's happening in Ireland now then? Because I briefly caught you live earlier. Are you a little bit behind what's happening here?
Way behind. It's an absolute shit show. So not only well, let's be honest. To be honest, last year I think Ireland handled it much better. They did lockdown sooner. And then hold on, talk us through this before I answer that question. Spraying your hair?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spray my hair because I'd normally put a bald cap on now, and it's just too much hassle. And I sit here looking like an egg. So I'm just spraying it to blend in to the background at some point before I do my other things. I'm
not being funny, Michaela, but sitting there looking like an egg is definitely the least of your worries at the moment. No, nobody's going to look at you right now and go, she looks a bit weird with no hair, doesn't she?
So this is one of my points about the dedication to doings, is that you do this on a Wednesday night, knowing that I know you're not working tomorrow, but like you've done amazing stuff on your face. That literally, I know that you're going to take off in about an hour. Are you going to? So, as we're all here from TikTok, most of us anyway, are you going to make some videos after this as well?
I am. Yeah, I haven't had time to find my sound yet, but I will be doing TikToks.
I'm looking now.
With this character, it's there'd be an easy one, wouldn't it? It'll be. Look at that! It's amazing.
They've got little books as well, Mike. Oh, that one. It's got little books. Is this
how long did they take to make?
I did these last night, knowing full well that I might have some technical problems because I've been pestering Baz all day, trying to work out how to do anything. So I'm just a complete technophobe. So I've got an iPad to the right of me that's not even plugged in because I don't know how to use it properly. So everything's happening on my phone. So I did these last night in preparation.
How long did they take? They look like they've taken a while.
About half an hour.
Wow.
So
you and I, Mike, 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do a lot of prep work prior these kind of looks because it just pulls it all together pretty quick.
You know before. Where's that coming from? Is that you?
Sorry, I was looking for a sound.
Behave yourself, man. I think Buzz is watching Monsters Inc. now. Behave yourself.
I was trying to find a sound so I can send it to Micky.
But we said on my live earlier today, Micky, that you're very welcome to come over if you want to come over and see Ireland and stuff like that. But having seen what you've done there, can you wait until my kids have got a project to do?
Yes.
Because if that's taking you half an hour, you can save about 8 hours of my life. Because they never do it. So I'd very much appreciate that.
What do you stick the arms to your head with?
It's on a headband. I would normally stick it with this sticky-looking thing, liquid latex, but I'm avoiding that because there's been numerous eyebrows and eyelashes and hair around my face that I've lost just from using that stuff. So I'm not going to do it to myself today.
Oh, lost, never to be seen again.
I've just seen my brother-in-law in the comment section. All of a sudden, I've got that kind of hot sweat feeling of like, oh my God, people I know in real life have found me online.
Is this Sean?
Yes.
Oh, welcome to the podcast, Sean.
Welcome, Sean. Welcome, Sean. It's not normally like this. It's usually far more professional than this. It's much more slick. I blame Micky.
In fairness, this is as fun as it's been.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if you could laugh about things going wrong, then when they're going right, we can just relax, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. I can't wait till that week. We're on week 6, and we're on week 6, and we've not had one that's worked technically. Oh, I need to lower my voice.
So Sean says this looks cool, and he's quite correct. It does look cool.
Yes.
Thanks. So I'm going to put I'm going to make little horns for him because I don't know where they're going to be. They're probably going to be about here.
Yeah. Why not?
It's what I stick to my face most times, which is my Play-Doh. I've said I'm going to stick Play-Doh to my face as much as I can until they sponsor me, and that's my plan.
How do you stick it to your face? You don't just press it on, do you?
It does stick when you just press it on, strangely, but I use liquid latex for everything.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. Right, this is definitely the time where if anybody lives anywhere near Micky, they need to go and ring on a doorbell. She needs to answer the door like this.
Yeah. Right. If any of my family are on, you need to order me a takeaway and I'll go get it.
100%. I'll tell you what.
Take the phone with you as well.
We should have done that earlier. We should have done it's maybe a bit late now, but we should have done that earlier. Micky's sister should have given us her address and we should have sent a Just Eat round. So we could have guaranteed that somebody would answer the door, knock on the door.
So other than Halloween, have you ever done a full face like this, say this one, and literally gone out somewhere?
Out.
Like through the drive-in or something like that.
We're not just talking about going to the pub like that.
I painted my friend Jade as a Big Mac burger, just a face, once, and she went to McDonald's drive-through. But she's got the minerals to do it. She'll go out anywhere like that.
I'm sorry, I can't take you seriously anymore.
Well, you know when you go to the McDonald's drive-through, the way they know it's your order is because they've got a camera that takes a picture of your face. Yeah. That is genuinely how they know that it's your order. So I love that somewhere there is a McDonald's that has gone, whose order is that? Oh, that one's for the Big Mac.
Yeah.
I love the idea that somewhere that grainy black and white photo of a Big Mac ordering some food is there somewhere.
Right, so I'm going to fanboy this right now. I've seen you do many face paints, but this literally the most bizarre and spectacular. It's like literally you've got rid of yourself and become Mike. That's crazy, isn't it? That's proper crazy.
And that's why I wanted to do this with Micky, because I just think it's amazing. We started chatting at the start of this to our friend Micky, and she's gone now. Yeah. She's literally disappeared gradually before our eyes.
Actually, so if you could change your name to Mike Wazowski, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll have to do the other ones out of. I wanted to do. Is it Randall, the nasty one?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the kind of snaky one.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do him
and
next.
Sully.
So I've got
to be fair, I'll save you some time. Are you ready? I'll do Randall.
Yes.
There you go. That's the bit where he disappears.
Are you going to do a painting with me one day, Mike?
I'd love to. I would love to. I didn't want to do it tonight because I wanted the focus to be on you, and I want us to kind of showcase and spotlight you and your talents tonight. But look, I would 100%. I'll be all over a face paint. I mean, we could do. We could do it again now that I know this three-way thing works. But I'll rephrase that. Now that I know that this, I know it's a late night podcast, but it's not. It's not one of those. Now that I know that this works really well with three really clear things, we could almost do it like a generation game where Micky does it and me and you have to do it, and it's whoever does the best job gets the points or whatever.
Well, I think I'm doing one next week, on maybe next Thursday. We talked about doing one because that's your day off.
When are we doing it?
Well, on your day off, I think we're going to try.
Yeah, I'm off. I'm working through next week. I've got next Sunday off, but I've got this Sunday off as well.
Well, I might do the Sunday after then because I need to get hold of a whole load of paint because we've already planned something in a small way, which is a zombie shaman. The best could be Sully. Okay.
Well, I think we should definitely do that. So we'll have Micky back on again on a. I think that would be a really cool thing. So, like I say, tonight I just wanted tonight to be about kind of showcasing Micky and the phenomenal job she's doing with this. But yeah, we'll have her back, and the theme will be less about this is Micky, and this is what she does, and this is how amazing she is. It will more be about which one of these idiots can get anywhere close to what she's doing.
So Sean's just put on here, he's going to have to rewind. So Sean, if you are on TikTok, I don't know if Sean is on TikTok. If you go to TikTok at any point, in fact, even if you're not, if you search Micky Jo SFX on Google, it will take you to her TikTok and you can view the stuff that she does on there. And there's so many good things. Because obviously, watching somebody live paint their face and then seeing it turn into videos and some transitions and with some sounds takes it to another level. Because, some of the things I've seen Micky do and then the things she's done afterwards, particularly my favourite one recently was the Sugar Skull one. The things you did with that and the way you sort of ramp up the contrast and the colour was really, really good.
You know, that when you asked earlier about TikTok as well, I forgot to mention, because all these years when I've sat doing this on myself and then took a few photos and then went and washed it off, that was the start, finish and end of my paint, and that's as far as it went. So TikTok, I find it quite fun being able to bring the characters to life. I think that's the best platform for my kind of work, and people can sort of relate to it as well when they watch it because they know these characters. So yeah, I really enjoy it that way. I'm quite enjoying TikTok. I think as well.
I've mentioned dedication a few times. Like myself and Mike, we've done some videos.
What you need?
I mean, I've done some stuff which I thought was dedicated. Then I look what you do, and then you finish late at night, and then you got to go make 3 or 4 videos afterwards when we're just all like wandering off to do other things. It's I find it amazing that you do all that work. If you've done in the past where you've just put all that on and then literally taken 4 photographs and then got to wash it off in the shower, I'm like, oh my god, that's for me. That's like 4 months worth of content.
Mm-hmm. Now I see it that way because I joined TikTok only doing 1 or 2 videos at a time, and you was like, mate, you need to be doing more.
Well, I have bullied you into it. I admit that. So
it's worked though.
I can't be the only person who's now terrified of Micky.
I
can't be. I can't see your eyes. I can't see you.
That's like a general thing for me, Mike. That's terrifying.
I'm just, I'm amazed and terrified in equal measure.
But so I can see it in Mike's face. It's one of those things that, like, the first time you see it from beginning, I know this is beginning to end because you obviously had the feet on there, which is a very small part of it now. When you watch it go on, and particularly the freakiest thing ever is when your eyes disappear and you're like, what's happening now? I don't understand this part of it.
That's what's done it for me. It's like, so, well, I know she can't actually see whether I'm looking at her or anything because my camera's up there and I'm looking over here. But anyway, but I'm just like, I'm like, do I look there or do I look here?
Yeah. Well, I find that the most disconcerting thing is like so your mouth at the moment is obviously like where your mouth is, but it kind of like I can't work out the dimensions of your face because of this. It's just freaky. because of those arms. The arms literally are the thing that make it for me.
It's
It's because
amazing.
you've obviously you've turned your head into Mike's head. Not Mike's head, but Mike Wazowski's.
Yeah. Do you do any requests? It was like, you know, when she asked me earlier this week, she was like, "So what do you want me to do on the face paint?" I should have said, "Do me."
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to try that one day. I'm not actually. You know what? The amount of makeup artists that I know that can channel into other people is insane. Like that is another level.
I've seen some phenomenal ones. It was like I saw Gordon Ramsay duetted a girl who'd done her face as Gordon Ramsay, and it's just unbelievable. That's good. I'm fascinated by that you kind of photorealistic art, whether it be face painting or pencil or other media. But I just find that fascinating. And what I love as well is that the guys who do all the perspective stuff in chalk on pavements.
Oh, amazing stuff! Yeah.
That's incredible. What a talent that is.
But this is very similar, though. The fact that you've completely thrown us all into this kind of your face has disappeared, and in fact, I need to go back because when I first sort of started following Micky and we started having conversations about stuff, I didn't even know what she looked like for a long, long time. For ages, in fact.
I think the only live that I've been on TikTok was the other day, wasn't it? Where it's been live. The rest of the time I'm always something else. I quite like that. I quite like the mystery.
Jill has asked me to put you full screen, but I'm trying to find a way of putting you full screen that makes you. There you go. That's the biggest we can get, but the picture quality is not as good. But we'll leave it at that because it. It's a shame that the picture quality is not great, but
we'll sort it out for next time.
I don't know. I think once it's done, maybe you could. I think are you on the front-facing camera now?
I'm on my phone on mirror image.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is once it's done, you might be able to flick the camera and just kind of hold it at arm's length and show us the final product on the other camera because it's much better quality. But
is it my phone that's affecting the picture?
No, it's just that you're not. It's not a great picture quality. Me and Baz look incredible.
Yeah, you're basically blowing up the back camera. It's
the only time. Baz look amazing, but you just.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the only time that me and Mike will look better than you.
Definitely is.
Right, so
even though it's only marginal.
So Jen's just asked where we can find Micky. So Micky is on TikTok at Micky Joe SFX, the same name. She's in the bottom of the screen. So stick that in front of that, and you'll find her.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same tag on any platform as well on Facebook. Now I've got a YouTube set up. I might start doing YouTube. So we'll see. So yeah, you should be able to find me somewhere with that name.
Oh, someone's asked. So Diane's asked again. I'm going to have to lower my voice now because it's crunch time. The story's over. He's trying to get to sleep now. I've been messaged. But yeah, Diane's asked, can you cast Twitch to your TV? And Jen's saying yes, because she is now. So yeah, that's a bit. Oh no, sorry, it was Kathy. Kathy's casting us to her TV. So I don't know. It's quite a terrifying thought having this on a big old TV. I can imagine.
well, let's talk about this because I know a man fairly close to the three of us who has got a big TV with it cast on there.
Yes, my new Magic TV.
Oh yeah, you finished that now, mate?
Yeah, it's all done. It's an amazing work of art. I'm gonna do a. I took a couple of photos and a couple of videos on the way, so I'm going to do kind of put it all together for a TikTok. But yeah, it's got Twitch on it. You can only watch live stuff. You can't rewatch stuff. But yeah, you don't need to cast it to the TV. It's actually got Twitch on the TV. Pubman Dan's got TikTok on his TV. I think I've got TikTok, but I think it's like a highlights thing. I don't know if Dan's is different, but there's TikTok on my TV, but it's one of those things that you can only watch like it's curated content. So it's just they show you what they want to show you. You can't search and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so if anybody's got any kids that don't want to go to bed, let me know because I can shout with them now.
To be fair, if people want to terrify the kids, just put me and Buzz face this big on a full-on TV. It doesn't need it doesn't need Micky.
No, I try. My niece, who's 3, she's obsessed with my face painting. So every time I've finished one of my paints, I'll FaceTime her. And there's no getting around do something that's like really scary and try and make a jump or something on FaceTime. But she's just like, "Oh no, anti-mouse," and then she knows it's me every single time now. So
did she call you anti-mouse?
Yeah, she couldn't say Micky.
Yeah, Micky.
When she was a bit younger. Mouse, I'm anti-mouse. No, that'll stick. But she knows face paint's just me. She scrolls through TikTok and anybody that's got face paint on it's anti-mouse. So that's quite cute.
I love that. Anti-mouse is amazing.
So I think
Rob said,
if I had a couple of highlights, am I in the right place? Do I need to move up?
Yeah, you are, yeah.
Yeah. So all I need to do is add a couple of highlights now and he's pretty much done.
Yeah, in fairness, we were done about 2 hours ago. Just with the legs, that was enough for me.
It looks amazing.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's proper crazy.
Rob's watching from a metal shed by the side of the railway because he's at work. And he said that, unfortunately, the trains are interrupting his awful signal. So, damn trains. But no, that's a huge level of dedication that I appreciate massively. We've got Diane who is watching in the States, and I'm trying to scroll back to see what time it is there. I think it was about 4:30 in the afternoon. I can't find it. So she's in the States about 4:30 in the afternoon. We've got Kathy and casting us to a massive TV. We've got Rob in a shed by the side of the railway at work. It's like, this is amazing. This is amazing. I love it. I love it.
We should give a shout out to all of the regulars that do the your live stream on 3 p.m. and the podcast. So this missing is the birthday girl herself. Chloe's not here tonight, I've noticed. But I thought she might come in but she's pretty pissed, to be fair.
I think Chloe might be in bed by now, to be fair, because she was in a beer garden at 12 o'clock and she doesn't drink very much.
Have you not been to a beer garden yet, Baz?
Oh, well, I went today.
Mm.
So we went into town today and just managed to find somewhere that weren't taking bookings. So we managed to have something to eat out because it was Liz's birthday today. So we went out for something to eat and then went and bought her a massive diamond, which was quite cool.
Ah. Sounds like she's had a good
Wow.
day.
She sounds like she's had a good day.
And she gets to finish at 8:30 tonight and go to bed, which is her favourite thing.
I love the just beer gardens. Yeah, so going back to what Micky was saying before is that we're way over here. We're way behind, and now they've stopped. Now they've put a pause on the vaccine that gives you has got a 1 in a million chance of giving you something that you've already got a 1 in a million chance of getting. So it's going to be even like honestly, there's people my age in this country probably won't get vaccinated until next year now.
Wow.
Realistically.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Still, we could sit in the pub till then.
I'm all right because in January in June I'll be back in England, and I'll have my second go, and then I'll be fine, won't I?
So Kathy said, "Can I tell my fella? Can I tell her fella to get her one? They've only been together 16 years. Well, wait for 22 years, and you'll be all right."
So talk us through this diamond then. What was that all about?
Liz lost her engagement ring about 3 years ago, and it's just a replacement for that one. So,
and you see, you're a better man than me.
why is
I
that?
mean, most are. Because I'd have been there if you lost your fucking engagement ring, buy yourself one. But I didn't lose it. I bought the first one that you didn't take enough care on.
We got engaged such a long time ago that her original engagement ring was tiny, literally like to see a diamond. So today we went for the replacement, which is, we're all better off now than we were then. And so we just went in and got something that was about $3,500. So it's.
Pubman Dan's asking if you. Bought it with the viral TikTok money.
Well, it's strange, but no, I haven't. That's got a tattoo, which I've already as well. So. It's
good stuff.
Well, yeah, but you know the benefits of TikTok money. When you do go viral, it changes. I was on 12 pence a day up until about March, and I won't tell you what I'm on now, but it's considerably more.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, all the Aussies telling me I put me fucking decking boards on upside down. I'll tell you what, because don't put your decking boards on that way up because it'll rot. I've had to hold back so much on it, but from not, because I've had to hold back so much, so I don't say to them. I was like, well, thanks for chipping in your opinion that I didn't want because it sent this viral, and I've made and if they do rot, then I could buy 2 more deckings with the amount of views I've had on this, you dickhead. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
so
actually, I don't care. I don't care if they rot because you chirping up on my TikTok means I can buy 2 decks next time.
While we're on the subject of TikTok, have you noticed they've just changed the Creator Fund eligibility now? So it was 10,000 followers to get on the Creator Fund before. They've just moved it up to, or intend to move it up to 100,000, which used to be the marketplace. So the thing is, so Micky, you're already on it, and they're not going to change the status of anybody who's currently on it. But anybody new applying now has to have 100,000. So obviously, when they did the year end, they went, "Fuck, we've spent a bit more money than we intended."
We didn't expect that many people to get 10,000 followers.
All those fucking arseholes and their virals.
All those idiots.
Particularly that bloke with the deck.
I sent you that. I didn't know if it was there.
I love to think that somewhere at TikTok head office there's a meeting and they've all gone, right, so what's all that about? How come that? Can you get technical in here? There's something wrong with the fucking algorithm. Look at that. It's 8 seconds of some middle-aged bloke brushing a deck for 8 seconds.
That's cost us 400 quid, for fuck's sake.
Talk me through why you've shown that to 18.5 million, which is exactly what I think as well, to be honest.
One of the things that I had the benefit of doing was watching Micky do a live one night when she had a video very close to going to 1 million. And when, much like your 100,000 when we did a live, Micky did a live when that viral was going to 980, and then it broke the million when we were on a live, which was, and it's really exciting. So I've had 3 of those now. Watch Micky get a viral video, you reach 100,000, and then obviously the big one was Joshua reaching 1 million people. We watched his live. I think things like that are things you never expect when you come to TikTok. Like you turn up here and like, I'll make a video because I can, and we'll see what it does. And then a year later, we're talking about silly numbers and and how we're all sort of connected in the same way.
No, absolutely. I think Pubman Dan has said in the comments, and I think this is right actually, that it's the views in the last 30 days that's gone up from 100 to 100,000 from 10,000.
Yeah, Micky posted me a thing which just said that that literally 100,000 followers, I think, was the changer. But that's what it said, didn't it, Micky, on that thing you sent me?
Yeah, it was. It was on somebody's one of their videos. Said they've been working so hard to try and get to 10,000 followers, and then by the time they got to it, they looked at the credentials and it said that you needed 100,000 now. So they just said they're just going to give up.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to.
See, I thought the same as Dan. I thought it was that it used to be you had to have 10,000 views in the last 30 days, and they put that up to 100,000. But
It's yeah,
I mean,
it's followers now.
well, I mean, you've just got to accept stuff like that, and I know it's hard, but like I see a lot of that. I saw this. There was an account I follow. It was one of those bad lip syncing ones. So it was just somebody who posts other people's content.
Yeah.
And he was saying, and he was just saying like, "Oh, I'm going to give up now because my views are down and all that kind of stuff." And it was like, can you imagine if me and you would have thought that, Baz?
Oh, mate, seriously, it's. I think the thing is, if you're on TikTok and you're making content, and this is what you said to me, just crack on because they reckon everybody's got a viral video on them, and like the three of us here are sat with that now, and it's the same thing for everybody. If you're making content, there's a very good likelihood it's going to happen to you at some point.
I think if you're don't get me wrong, we all like views and follows and stuff like that, but if you're only on TikTok for views and follows, then you're on it for the wrong reason.
Yeah,
I'm on it because I really enjoy it. So I create content that I enjoy, and I hope other people do.
Yeah.
But I like doing it, and as soon as I don't like doing it, I'll stop. It won't be numbers based. But yeah.
I've got to be honest, this is going to sound really wanky. The thing that's sort of like changed for me is that I've now met some of my favourite people on here, and there's a very good community of people that follow me and I follow, and particularly with like, three of us here are like sort of connected in that same way. I think, and Pubman Dan's another one, Josh is another one that said to that. All the people that are in the comments, I think meeting all these people is, it's going to sound really wanky, but it's changed my life. In terms of what you can achieve. And we're not making millions of pounds, and if you transfer this to YouTube, we'd all be a lot better off. But we've come onto an app where we weren't welcome in the first place, but now we've got a community of people. Like Mike changed this when we were doing these 100,000 followers. He changed it. They're not followers; they're friends and
mates. I don't have followers. I've got mates.
Yeah,
I've got 160,000 mates. I don't like the followers. The followers is just a bit weird to me.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, through this whole thing of coming on TikTok and stuff, is we've met people, and like I say, I thank everyone time and time again. But it doesn't go unnoticed that it's the same names that are on my stuff, that's on your stuff, that's on Micky's stuff.
Mine all the time.
It's the same names that are on my 3 o'clock lives on TikTok. It's the same names that come over here. On a Wednesday night, and it's the same names that are there at the pub quiz on a Friday night. So that level of community that we've been able to build,
it's incredible.
It's amazing. I love it, and that's what I like more than anything. And obviously, I've met people like you who, it's just it's weird. I used to take the piss out of people who said that they'd become really good friends with people they've never met before, and then I ended up being that. Hi. So
a year ago, Mike, would you ever think that you sat on YouTube and Twitch talking to 30-year-old
Mike Wazowski,
Mike Wazowski drinking a Peroni?
Micky, let's just put it this way: if my wife caught me on YouTube watching a 30-year-old woman dressed as Mike Wazowski, she'd be more than a little concerned. Let's put it that way. So, at least there's that.
You see, I've always done this. I've always had connections for online people, even back in the Facebook days. The first time I ever met somebody via Facebook was the first time I'd ever heard their voice. The difference with this platform is you get to hear people's voices, whether they're on live or whether they're doing videos. And I think the live format on TikTok is the thing that makes things a lot more real. Because I think the first time that we spoke like face to face was probably doing a live together on the quiz, wasn't it? But I think so. When I meet you, there'll be no shocks about your voice, about how you move and how you look, because I've seen it. Let's face it, most days for the last, at least the last 6 or 7, 8 months. And the difference with Micky is that I never saw her face for ages and ages. So the idea of doing a live where she started off as Micky, then ended up as King Julian, and in this case, Mike Wazowski, it's one of those things where you got a much better connection with people, and you don't get that on other sort of like social medias.
No, Rosie's back. She's just said in the comments, wow, had to leave for a while. What an amazing talent.
Oh, thanks, Rosie. Oh, sorry.
I don't think she means either me or you, mate.
No, that's 100%.
I was like, unbelievable. So, Micky, can you try and show us, because you've done an amazing job, but the picture's not great. Can you try and show us on the other camera? See if that's any better. Is that something you can manage to do?
On the other side of your iPhone, the front camera.
No, I can't. That's the one that's cracked. I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
The iPad would have been great, but I just can't seem to be working that.
So if you're in the comments, there will be videos featuring this face at some point tomorrow. Because I've tried to sort of say what Micky used to do was do one paint and then throw 10 videos up all at the same time. So what I've tried to say is use your content and then spread it out a little bit better. So you will see. Are people going to see this tomorrow? Are you going to put something out tomorrow with this?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
Short
I'll
answer.
do something tonight, and it'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully.
Micky, if you stay on your phone, but also click on the link on your iPad, we might be able to get that on as well. I just want people to see it in a real kind of. Do you know what I mean? You said because the iPad, I think it was the audio that wasn't working on the iPad. But if you,
it plays your voice through that as well. I don't know how you get the voice off.
No, I can mute it.
Okay.
Yeah, so just even for 2 minutes,
so we can get it on screen, so we can see we can see it in all its glory. So I think it'd be a shame with the quality of camera. Yeah, Rosie's saying it's crazy. The face paint looks so real. Rosie's saying that it's crazy. The face paint looks so real that her real eyes moving looks wrong, and it does.
Yeah. Well, what you'll see in any videos that Micky posts will be her doing a lip sync or a song or some kind of transit. Have you done the first parts of these, or are you just going to do whatever you can work with these? I'll send you some sounds afterwards.
Oh, thank you. I'll do the first part tomorrow. Once I wash this off. Right. Just bear with me a second, Mike. See if I can get the
No problem at all. No problem at all. Martin said Micky drinking out of a bottle looks really creepy. So that's nice to know.
Which is so that's my nickname.
Mikey. I don't think Mikey's old enough to drink.
So that's literally that's my nickname for Micky. Anyway, it's creepy.
I'm creepy.
Because of this.
It says preview.
Yeah, no,
it's not actually.
Well, if you click on the link that I sent you before, a fourth one will come up, and I will be able to use it.
Yeah. If I join stream, will it...
Yeah. So Rosie, like
see what you did before.
So yeah, Rosie, Micky's username on TikTok is the same as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of her screen.
Yeah, so it's Micky Joe SFX.
Oh, there's a lot of technical.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard something then.
I don't know how to.
Here we go.
One minute.
No, I'm going to mute that.
I don't know if you can actually even see me, Mike, because I can't see myself at the minute.
No, okay, it's just it's come through just as a black screen at the minute.
I mean, in fairness, if we're going to have more technical issues, we may as well do it now.
Exactly. Everyone's here now. Everyone's having fun.
Oh, I can hear your voice.
Yeah, Micky needs to just set the volume down on that. Mute the volume on the iPad.
Yeah, you can't see me, can you?
Yeah, carry on, everybody. The good thing is, like Mike can edit all this tomorrow. It looks seamless on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work.
No, it's not going to work, is it?
Yeah, don't worry.
No, it's not. I didn't realise the picture was so bad.
So if you want to see the final result in all its glory, then you're going to have to go to Micky Joe SFX on TikTok. It looks. I mean, even though we can't see the detail, it looks incredible.
Right, one mount.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do is if we do this again, Mike, I'll drive up to Grimsby and I'll be there with my setup to do this.
Yeah, you're the tech guy, Baz, because it's just not for me there.
Well, you say that. For the first couple of weeks we did this, I had sound issues, and obviously I get to see everyone upside down and sideways, as it turns out now. So hopefully,
the eyes. Oh, Baz, you carry on talking. I'm going to go out a beer because her eyes are giving me the fear.
Okay, so yeah, so what I'll do is next time we do this, I'm happy to drive up to Cleethorpes, and I'll bring my setup there, and we'll sit in one room, and Mike can sit in the other, and we'll do the podcast from there. Because I think if we put it on the webcam I've got here, it will look amazing. But I think everyone would agree. I think everyone would agree, even with this blurred image now, this is as freaky as fuck, and that's the technical version. And the Pronies just winning. Yeah, so Mike, what I'll do next time, I'll happily drive up to Grimsby next time, and we'll do this with my setup and Micky painting in front of my camera. I'll just sit in the background talking.
I don't understand why this has happened though, because it's the same camera Micky uses on TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
We can see that it looks amazing though. To be fair, I mean, it's just like. It looks so. Oh, gee, I saw your tongue then, and I just put the fear of God in me. That's just did like I'm going to brace myself and do that again. Just stick your tongue out. Oh, that's brilliant. That's weird. It just makes, and that's the thing, is because we've kind of seen you disappear and Micky appear. When you see things like your eyes or your tongue or something like that, all of a sudden your brain just goes, "Shit, it's a human." Do you know what I mean? It's a real kind of.
I'll tell you what this is.
Headfuck.
Do you remember years and years? It's like an old black and white thing where someone did their face as the moon, and then they had a rocket ship crash into it, and then they opened their eyes. This is literally the same as that. So you can't tell it's a human face. This literally looks like a small version of Micky, and then you open your eyes and we can actually see where the features are supposed to be. And this is the skill and the illusion of this, isn't it? It's the fact is like so when you blink, you get this weird kind of thing to the side of his eye of his eyeball.
Oh, it is, and that's what it's called. What did you call it before? You called it illusion art, was it?
Illusion art. So it completely distorts like your features and everything to make it look like something completely different. I find it probably the most fun as well.
I do too. In fairness, like the word discombobulate literally like holds its own in this conversation, doesn't it? I think what does
it's
it.
just a standard night for me.
Yeah, cool. I've spent quite a few with you doing this, so it's kind of weird. But what makes this like the freakiest is the arms, because that's what throws everything out of like perspective. Because like you get away with the feet. As soon as you add the arms there, it is literally the Mike Wazowski. I love it. It's fucking nuts, isn't it?
It really is. I think you've terrified Martine. She says she's going to have nightmares.
Good.
Right. So Danny has said, Micky, close your eyes and frown.
I don't know if I can frown, but I'll give it a go.
Literally, that eyeball's too big.
Yeah.
Angry eyes, she's put.
Yeah.
That's amazing, right?
Sorry,
go on, Buzz.
I was just saying. So, like, literally, we weren't sure how this was going to go, because obviously lives on TikTok work quite well because you got 4 hours or you got an hour or something like that. Doing it on here, I think this was the perfect paint to do for this one, because it comes together quite quickly, and it really is so fucking amazing. The fact that your head is now turned into an eyeball, it's just crazy, isn't it?
It is incredible. Like I said, thank you so much, and I think it's. it's that time of night now where we clock off. But
Yeah.
it's incredible, absolutely incredible.
Oh,
I'm so
thank
pleased
you.
you've come on. And as we said before, 100% we'll have you back. But next time, like I say, I wanted tonight to be about you, so I didn't want to confuse things by either of us doing anything tonight. I wanted it to be about you and showcasing your talent.
I'm not getting emotional. I've just got something that's dropped in my eyes, off my eyelash.
Okay, well, I mean, look, Mickey, all good things have got to come to an end, all right? I mean, we can't stay on all night. We've got to say goodbye at some point.
I just want to say before we go, this is the reason why when I first found, I don't get me wrong, found is the wrong term, and I've said it quite a few times on live. This has nothing to do with me, but when I first started talking to Micky and saying you should do more of this and you should push your content further, because this is proper talent. I mean, people say, oh yeah, I do amazing things, like Mike does amazing things on TikTok. This is a true kind of art talent.
That quicker than anybody else.
Yeah, of course. So, and you can see why. You can see why anybody's watching this. Why I got so excited about like getting in contact with Micky and saying you should do more and more of this. And I like I said, in some small way, this is bad quality and everything. This is the fruition of that, because I think this has been your best face paint in terms of doing it live. And it's mad. It's crazy mad, isn't it?
And the wife's just popped on and said, "Oh my God, that's insane." So two things come from that, which means, three things. She's impressed.
Yeah.
My son's successfully in bed, and I've not got bollocks for talking too loud. So we're all good.
We're all winning.
On that bombshell is probably a good time to finish. So Micky, thank you so much. For doing that. It's exactly it's everything we wanted to. Sorry to everyone that we had technology issues left, right, and centre, but we're only on week 6. By week 406, we might have sorted it all out.
Oh, fuck off! Never going to happen.
At least one of the weeks, Baz is going to sort out the technology, not me.
Listen, our USP is to just literally bumble through and make it entertaining for people.
Look, we're not conning anyone. We've always said this is just me and you sitting and drinking and having a laugh. So there you go. Thanks again for everybody that joined us. Really, really enjoyed it again. Thanks for making my Wednesday night. Honestly, I've loved it. You lot might be able to go out and have a drink in a beer garden, but I can't. So this is all I've got. So thanks for making a middle-aged bloke nice and happy on a Wednesday night.
Can we just say can we say some personal thank yous, because I know. So Jen and Kathy's been in here. Big Rob, Si was in earlier. Pubman Dan, who's obviously is heavily connected with this as well. Martin from Mr. House. You guys, and I want to say this, literally without you guys, we'd just be sat here talking to ourselves and nobody else, which is
Jill, Rosie.
Great fun for us.
More names in while you're doing it.
Keep doing it, yeah.
Jill, Rosie, Jen. I think we've covered everybody, and obviously Danny.
Yep. But most of all, Micky. So thank you for doing this. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to do.
Oh, mate, I can't believe you had such little faith in Micky. Little faith. I was convinced it was going to be amazing.
Mike, it wasn't Micky I didn't have any faith. It was us.
And you were right not to have faith in us. So anyway, thanks again to everyone. Honestly, I really, really appreciate it. I love these. Really enjoy it. This all came from the fact that Baz and I at one point were just like, why don't we, we live in 2 different countries. We're all in lockdown. Why don't we just have a FaceTime and have a few beers? And then we just thought, well, sod it. Why don't we let other people come and enjoy it as well? So thanks for being here. It doesn't go unnoticed that all the names we mentioned before are the same people who were here at, on my 3 o'clock live. They're the ones that crop up on Mickey's stuff, on Baz's stuff, and you're all here on the quiz on 9 o'clock on a Friday as well. So
you guys are legends.
Massive appreciate it. We really, really appreciate you being here. Thank you for supporting everything we do.
And one day this will be slick as anything, and you'll all leave us.
Yeah, it won't. All right.
See you later, everyone. Bye.